What do you think of Sotoro Gojo? What was your thought process when you first saw this episode 9, before and afterward? Because before I saw episode 9, I thought of Sotoro Gojo as a nonchalant character who cares about people, who fights for justice. Even though he does what he wants for the most part, he still fights for what he believes is right. Other than that, is like all we really know is he's a badass character, the strongest character in the universe. All the good guys love him, all the bad guys hate him to death, you know, like stuff like that. But after watching episode 9, I started to realize the depths of his character, or at least a layer of it, which I believe is stoicism. After watching episode 9, I believe that Sotoro Gojo has to be a stoic philosopher one way or another, or at least have an understanding of it. Okay, so here's why. These lines of events is really what convinced me that there's a link between stoicism and Gojo. Here it says, I know he's capable of cold logic. As we've seen in this episode, Gojo has been fighting the cursed spirits with all these casualties around him, and he basically didn't even blink an eye, stutter, like he never hesitated, show any weaknesses or anything like that during the fight against the cursed spirits. And you have to understand too, there's literally people dying in his face. Like it's not even just a threat of them like potentially dying. Like nah, like the cursed spirits are literally no hesitation killing these humans. But Gojo's literally not blinking an eye. He understands that he has to like stay completely focused and killing these cursed spirits. Now here is what the cursed spirits, here is their understanding of Gojo as a character. He probably assumes some degree of sacrifice is needed as he becomes certain to exorcise the cursed spirits, of course them. Like I was saying earlier, didn't show any hesitation to focus on them while casualties were dying in his face, so he accepts the sacrifice of non-curse users in order to save others, you know, save the majority I should say. But with both the death count and the number of living people rising, the scales determining what degree is acceptable can no longer function. Now this is coming to where they're trying to find the limits of Gojo, find his boundaries and where's like the upper limits of it. Because they understand, of course, they accept sacrifice, but like how much sacrifice does he accept and willing to accept? What is beyond his boundaries of sacrificing? And this is what they came up with. The cursed spirits came to an understanding that infinite void, Gojo needs it to kill them. However, all the people that gets trapped in his infinite void will die as well. So you basically will kill like a ton of people, and probably not much people will be left over, you know, will be left alive afterwards. And the reason why they came up with this conclusion that they need him to use infinite void is this. Because the sacrifices you're willing to accept are people killed by cursed spirits, not people killed by Sotoro Gojo. Now this is where the Stoic philosophy comes in. This is what made me realize, what had me thinking that Gojo must be a Stoic philosopher somewhere in there. Because basically what they stated is one of the primary mindsets that the Stoics learn is the fact that you need to, in order to push forward in life as a positive person, as a, I guess, I don't know if you consider Gojo as a righteous person or not, or if you consider himself as a righteous person, so possibly righteous, possibly not, but in order to stay moving forward as being, I guess, as good of a person as you believe yourself to be, it comes with the understanding that there's gonna be forces that are outside of your control. There's gonna be negativity, tragedy, just bad things in general happening in the world, happening in your environment, happening in front of your face, that is gonna be like, that's gonna be beyond your capabilities to save or do anything about. That's why they stated before before that Gojo is willing to accept people being killed by cursed spirits, but not killed by Satoru Gojo. Because it comes down to the mindset of focusing on what you can control. He can't control the actions that the cursed spirits make, but he could control his own actions. What his techniques are doing to the people around him. Is it causing harm, or is his techniques being used to save them? But of course, because Gojo is a badass, you know, he just used the infinite void anyway and able to save like a crazy amount of people by just going speed running all the cursed spirits in like 0.2 seconds, you know, and just activated his him mode, his himothy, you know what I'm saying, moment, and just went crazy, absolutely obliterated the whole scene, you know, because, you know, Gojo, there's a lot under his control, you know, he's basically the strongest character. There's a lot under his control. I mean, yeah, I said, yeah, there was a lot of characters. There's a lot of humans in the beginning that like he literally, I guess, let die and not blink an eye. That's a bar, by the way. But still though, he was able to save like a crazy amount of people right here in this moment. That was ridiculous. So yeah, that's my connection between Gojo and Stoicism. Do you believe Gojo follows Stoicism? Is he like a Stoic philosopher? What do you think is Gojo's philosophy? If not, or maybe he has other philosophies that you notice other than Stoicism that maybe even I haven't noticed. What do you think of Gojo as a whole, as a character, the depths of his character, the deeper layers, I should say? What does he truly believe in? What does he truly fight for? I think that was literally my my last Gojo video, was what I wasn't sure what Gojo was fighting for, or what's his plan is, or what's his objective, his end game goal is. So yeah, maybe checking that out, that video, maybe help you ponder more about Gojo as a character, because he is the most mysterious character in this show for sure, in terms of mindset wise and why he does what he does. So yeah, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.